Okay. Now we're going to be doing the elevations for the left and the right of the home. So this is going to be the right, and this is going to be the left. This is the front, this is the back. Whenever you look at a house and we say, oh, it's on the left or the right of the home, it's when you're looking at the house directly where the front is, or directly in front of the door. You're looking at it, and where your right is, that's the right side of the house, and where your left is, that's the left side of the house. So we're going to start on the right side of the house. You are going to need your triangle and your architecture scale. Oops. Let's see if we have enough room to do it up here. So we're still going to be on our 1/4 inch scale, which is the 1/4. Let me go ahead and measure this out real quick. Let's see if we have enough room. We do. Okay. So just like all the other ones, we are going to be placing it 6 feet from our last drawing, and then where our 4-foot mark is, that's where we're going to put our label. So let's just go ahead and mark a dot for 6 feet, and we go ahead and mark our label mark 2 at that 4. So 6 and 4. We come to this side, and all we have to do is mark our 6 foot, because remember the 4-foot mark was for the label. Okay, so now that we marked our 6-foot line, we can get our triangle, line it up at the bottom of the paper, and take our line over. Okay. So instead of like bringing our lines up like we did for these, we're going to go ahead and do it a different method. We're just going to go ahead and measure. So we kind of did it for this one because my triangle was too short, but we're going to go ahead and do it for this one. So when you look at your right elevation, we measured that that was 20 feet. So you can see that it was 0 to 20 feet. So our elevation up here should be 20 feet, because remember, an elevation is like you're looking at the side of the house. So there's only 20 feet to look at. So we're going to go ahead and mark 20 feet up here. We're going to start at 0, and we're going to mark up into our 20. So that's our 20 feet. So all this extra line is actually, we don't need it. The same thing for the height. It's going to be 8 feet. The entire home is 8 feet tall. All the walls are 8 feet tall. So we're going to go up 8 feet just like we did on these. So on our 1/4 inch scale, we go from 0 feet to 8 feet, and we just mark it. Then I can go on the other side, 0 to 8 feet. Line up your right triangle, and then you can get that straight line. Okay, and I just stopped slightly above that area. Now we can get our right triangle on one of the straight lines that we drew. And we could have our ending right here. And now we can go do that to the opposite side as well. Okay, so that's our elevation for the right side. We have 20 feet from here to here, just like we have from here to here if you're looking at like this direction. And then we also see that we have a window in the center. So it's a 6-foot window. Sorry. So it's a 6-foot window, and there's 7 feet on each side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and measure 7 feet on each side at the top where we're drawing our section, and that'll help me center out that 6-foot window. So on my 1/4 inch scale, I'm going to end it at 7 feet. So we're just going to go backwards on this one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our 7-foot mark. And we always mark it at that 0. Now I'm going to go the other way. I'm just going to put that line at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now in here it should be 6 feet because we have that 6-foot window. So let's check it. 0 to 6. 0 to 6. That's perfect. Okay. So like our other windows, our windows are 2 feet from the ground. So we're going to go ahead and mark 2 feet from the ground up here as well. I'm just going to mark it right here where I marked that dot. So I'm going to place the 2 at this like little intersection of the dot and the line. 1, 0. I'm going to put another dot. I'm going to go do the exact same thing. 2, 1, 0, and another dot. Now I could get my right triangle. And I can draw a line across. Okay, and now we know the windows are 4 feet just like the other one. So I'm going to put my 4 on my 1/4 inch scale still. Then go backwards, 3, 2, 1, 0. Put a little dot. Line with the 4 at the other end. 3, 2, 1, 0. Put a little dot. And I'm going to find that line across as well. Line the triangle up with the paper and complete your lines. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do my lines going up. I'm going to line the triangle up with another straight line. I'm going to find those dots that I made, and I'm going to continue my lines up. So I did go slightly over on that one, and I will erase that little line. Line it up with another straight line, and then continue your line up. So I'm going to erase this one a little bit because I went over. Oops. Okay. So there are your 6-foot windows, or 6-foot wide by 4-foot tall windows on the elevation. So that's an elevation looking at the right side. If you were to stand right here, you're looking this way at the wall, on the exterior wall of the house. This is what you would see on that window. Okay? So we're going to make our little super light guideline to help us write our right elevation label. Okay, what's next? Oh, dimensions. Okay. So same thing like the other dimensions, elevations show height. So we are going to definitely put our height, our overall height of 8 feet, and then our window height. So ultimately, well, I guess it's different. Okay. So again, we're going to start at 0 at that point, and we're going to mark 2 feet, and we're going to mark 4 feet. And our 2 feet is for like dimension lines to show where the things are at, the heights of the items on the wall, and then your overall height is going to be the 4 feet. We can go mark it at that bottom point 2, number 2, 4. Okay, so my points are right here, and right here, and right here, and right here. And you can see how they were. If you start at 0, at the edge of your exterior wall, we can mark a point at 2 feet and 4 feet. Now we can get our triangle. We're going to make straight lines. These are going to be for our dimension lines. And remember, it's okay to go a little over because we need to go a little over and make that cross at the end of our dimension line. Okay, and then our triangle, line it up with another straight line or even the edge of the paper. If you have the edge of the paper, always do the edge of the paper. Okay, you definitely want to erase like in the center because we're going to put our 8-foot height, and you put your little tick marks. Hello. So that's 8 feet. Our walls are 8 feet. You can see by checking it, 0, 8. 8 feet on our 1/4 inch scale. And now we're going to need our measurements for the window height, like we did over here. So get your triangle, line it up with that window height, make it overlap a little bit. And then you put your tick marks for those dimension lines. Hello. And you're going to erase for the dimensions. So it should be 2 feet, 4 feet, and 1 foot, 4 inches. So we have 2 feet here, 0 to 2. We should have 4 feet as the height, 0 to 4. Oh, 2 feet. Okay, because this one right here was the height of the door. So 1 foot 4 inches is the door, but the windows are shorter, so that's why it's the 2 feet. So 2 feet, 4 feet, 2 feet. Hello.